As a new bill aimed at combating fentanyl moves through the state legislature, the acting Colorado Springs police chief is speaking out about his concerns with what it contains and what it doesn't. Like many others in similar positions, he believes it doesn't go far enough to seek justice for victims of fentanyl in Colorado. KRDO News Channel 13 senior reporter Sydney Stell joins us live from the Police Operations Center tonight with his message. Sydney.
Bart, acting Colorado Springs Police Chief Adrian Vasquez tells me that this bill has good intentions. It provides funding for treatment and prevention, but overall it misses the mark. He has three main issues with this new legislation. First, if you're caught possessing a small amount of fentanyl, it's still lethal though, you get what's basically a ticket. It's a misdemeanor. Second, there are no mandatory minimum sentences, which means even with harshened penalties under the bill, you could still just get probation for dealing large lethal amounts of the drug. Third, the Good Samaritan clause is something else he has an issue with, meaning if you provide someone with fentanyl, then call 911 and try to save them from an overdose, you could face lesser charges even if that person ends up dying.
Why would we do that with fentanyl, one of the most dangerous drugs that we've seen in recent history? It makes no sense. If I provide somebody with this drug, whether it's 2 milligrams or 5 grams, if they die, there should be a minimum mandatory sentence.
Now, he likened it to a hit and run. You don't face lesser charges if you stop and help after a crash. You face upgraded charges if you leave the scene. He thinks lessening the penalties is a slap in the face to the families of these victims. Now, the acting chief recommends reaching out to your legislators if you want to see changes to this bill, because there is still time for those changes to be made. It is still moving through committee, and there are several steps that need to happen before it would be signed into law. Live here at the Police Operations Center in downtown Colorado Springs, I'm Sydney Stell, KRDO News Channel 13.